Hello darling hearts, it's your GAPS coach Emma here, going to enjoy my first harvests from the garden with some raw butter. French breakfast radishes are awesome with raw butter. Some of you think I'm not into veg, but some veg straight out of the garden, really clean, covered with good fats, is actually lovely cleanse, lovely spring cleanse. Came home from the UK here to France, and my 18-year-old daughter has made friends with some people from all over the place. A young lady from America and a guy from Belgium, and they've come together and they've gone over to the UK together to go and watch the cows be released into the field. I love it as a little outing. They're into carnivore, they're into no veg whatsoever, because the young man, Dries, had such bad ulcerative colitis that he was losing blood at such a rate, he had to cut out all plants completely. That's what we do on GAPS with ulcerative colitis, is just cut out all plants, which sounds a bit extreme, but it works. And Kat cut out all plants because her hormones were completely trashed, and she, in her early 20s, lost her menstrual cycle because she wasn't eating enough fats. So to go carnivore is pretty extreme, but we can use a kind of no plant GAPS to get some outstanding results when it comes to these chronic ailments that seem to be a mystery to the mainstream model. So if you've got hormonal problems, or if you have got digestive issues or bloating, abdominal pain, strangeness, all that, I'm not encouraging you to eat raw radishes. I'm eating raw radishes because my gut's fixed, and actually that's quite a cleanse for me to have raw radishes and butter. Love butter. I was just watching a thing about rhythms, circadian rhythms. Did you know that when decision making creates male hormones? This really surprised me. Apparently, male hormones are created when we have to make decisions. So as women, don't you think it would ideally be better to kind of like give over all responsibility for decision making to the man of the house, and then we get on with creativity, and we get on with just sort of like bringing whatever he brings to the table, we multiply it and make it more beautiful. And this is like the old-fashioned polarity of masculine and feminine roles, the archetypes that the woke brigade have been encouraging us to mash up and get mixed up. The good news is, in my view, that the GLGBTQ XYZ kind of guys, Mother Nature will decree that that's where it all stops, because there won't be any procreation. Makes sense. Let's lean into the roles of masculine and feminine polarity, like Father Sky, the electric universe, and Mother Earth, the magnetic. It's kind of like a rule of the realm. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, if you don't want to have, if you do make decisions and increase your male hormones as a woman, you're going to find that that's going to be depleting on your dopamine, and that you're going to get a bit of brain fog and not feel great. So, try to simplify your life by having a morning routine where you just don't have to think, where you've thought about it the day before, so that you know what's going to go on in the morning. You always do your little qigong exercises, you always do your stretch, you always you know what you're having for breakfast because you thought about it the day before. So it's like easy, you don't have to think, you just wake up, flip the kettle on, put the stock pot on, have a cup of stock. Try to be balanced. It's difficult, isn't it? Anyway, these carnivore kids that I've just been hanging out with my daughter have blown my mind and given me hope for the future, because these kids are healing themselves. They just walked away from the mainstream model and healed themselves using steak tartare. That's like raw beef steak, raw liver. I've been saying eat raw liver for ages. These guys had done it and got over ulcerative colitis, and a young lady lost her menstrual cycle. She had thyroid issues, was constantly cold, constantly fatigued. She sorted herself out by going raw carnivore. That's a bit extreme. I'm not expecting you to do that. I'm just saying that these are examples of young people going, never mind about you, mainstream doctor, I'm going to do my thing. And they're doing it. It's just so... I came back and there was like a crate of oysters in the fridge and some packs of raw butter. And what was the other thing I found? Oh yeah, a plastic bag with some liver in it on the counter. And like these are young people, they're in their early 20s. You know, if you've been away and your kids have been in the house alone, you come home to expect to see fags, you know, fags and bottles of wine and vodka all over the place. No, I found crates of oysters and raw beef liver. These kids will be able to procreate. It's a serious matter. My next book is going to be called How to Make Babies, how to build babies, do you know what I mean, of strong stuff. And I'm not suggesting everyone's going to have to eat raw liver, but I'm just, you know, letting you know that the way things are going with the processed packaged nonsense, the kids are not going to be able to procreate if we carry on the way we're going. There will be kids, like the LGBTQ movement. I mean, I know you see gay couples having babies, and it's like, okay, whatever. But I mean, Mother Nature decrees that you two won't be able to get it on to actually make a baby. You can't. Because you're not the polarity, you're not the opposite extremes, you're not the masculine and the feminine, like the night and the day and the night, the light and the dark, the, you know, whatever. Blah, blah. Anyway, darling hearts, look at my radishes. I'm so chuffed with those. I'm going to go and enjoy those with some raw butter. Have a beautiful day. Come and see me in Normandy. Do GAPS camp. I will cook for you for 5 solid days. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. You won't have to think. Be able to get off the sugar because there won't be any sugar. Well, there will. They'll be in the form of ripe bananas in the banana pancakes. Or if you can't tolerate sugars at all or any fruits, we'll sort that out too. If you want to go on a no-plant GAPS-ish type experience for 5 days, I can do that for you. So I'm just updating my website. It's all a bit... If you're interested in coming on GAPS camp, talk to me. I've had to change my dates a bit because my dad's booked himself in for an operation again. It's like he's addicted to them. Anyway... come on GAPS camp this summer and I'll cook for you and I'll show you what it's like to get off the opiates of the masses and to we can deal with your specific issues and your specific symptoms, and I can give you some hot top tips because I am a private health detective. Okay, my darlings, lots of love. Bye.